Mental Health, the Director of Public Relations, Rebecca Calkins, and the Prevention and Wellness Coordinator, Julia Gresko. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. And Julia, are you new at LifeWays?
Yes, I am.
Oh, great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we've got a couple of events this month. It's a busy month.
It's a busy month
Is it
for
a
us.
special month?
Yes, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Well, there you
So we've got all kinds of events. Last week we're at Walk a Mile up at the Capitol. This Thursday is our annual celebration luncheon at Gene Davis. And then Sunday is Islands of Wellness Family Friendly Mental Health Fair at the American One Event Center.
Nice. And it really will be an island because
It really will.
Yes.
Yes.
The building is fine. We'll be parking at United Way.
So this event, I think you've done it 1 year.
It's 2 years.
2
and this
years.
will be our third.
Okay, so here we are last year at
Yep.
the American One. So what is Islands of Wellness?
So we have 8 different islands, and it's based on the 8 dimensions of wellness. So we had financial, intellectual. It's not just your physical illness, physical wellness. It's how all of those things kind of interact with each other, right? And so kids get a passport when they come in, and we also have the characters from Inside Out. We have some, most teens don't, kids that dress up for the Inside Out characters, talking about your emotions. So you get a passport when you walk in, and you do an activity at each of the 8 different islands, and then you're registered for prizes and giveaways and those sorts of things. But you're really learning about how to beat stress, how to take care of your mental health. We may not all have a mental illness, but we all have mental health, so how are we taking care of that?
Yes, everyone has mental health, and quite a few people have mental health issues. And it's, I think, staggering if people don't realize how many, like what percentage of us.
So the MyFi data, which is something that middle school and high schoolers take in Jackson County, and it said that 30% have been sad or blue for 2 weeks or more, that they stopped doing usual activities, which is basic diagnosis of depression, right? So 30%, that's pretty large.
30%?
30%.
Yes.
And then when it comes to seriously considering suicide, it's 20%. So.
And it's, for some reason, when there's news of a well-known person that commits suicide, it causes a spike in
Yes.
suicides. Do we know why that is?
Yes, so it's not a contagion. That isn't kind of a myth.
Okay.
It's not that I've never thought about suicide and all of a sudden somebody I've looked up to died by suicide, so now I'm going to consider it. It's usually I've been in this pain for a long time, and this person that I look up to was also in that pain, and that was their way out. Maybe that's my way out. So it's not that it comes out of nowhere and that it's some kind of contagion. It just sort of, gives it some reality that, someone else was like me and this is their way out. So, but there's hope out there. There's help out there. We have a crisis line. There's the National Crisis Line. You can even ask Siri. If you ask Siri, Siri will dial it for you. So there's a lot of hope and help out there.
Recovery is possible. Yes.
And you're new at LifeWays. What's your background? Have you been in community health before?
No, this is my first time working at a community mental health. So I have a master's degree in health education, so it kind of goes right along with my background.
And I think one of the things in preventing suicide and other issues caused by mental illness is getting people educated.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yes, education is huge for preventative measures. So. Yeah.
And you don't have to be a first responder. Or,
Right.
Right. Just the average person can take any of our classes. So she just got trained.
Yes, I just got trained in mental health first aid. So it's just a baseline level of how to help somebody that's in crisis.
Did you learn something you didn't know before? Were you surprised at anything during that training?
I learned a lot about substance use and psychosis, which I didn't have a lot of information on before, so that was very helpful.
And that's one thing with this opioid epidemic. Some of the deaths are not from the drug overdose.
Yeah, I mean, it's a co-occurring condition. Oftentimes when you have a substance use disorder, you have some kind of mental illness as well. So they kind of go hand in hand. So can't just treat one, we got to treat them both.
Yeah.
Who should come to this Islands of Health Day this Sunday?
Anyone?
Families,
Yes,
kids.
families.
We are going to have a lot of fun things this year. So we have bounce houses, we have snow snow cones, face painting, balloon animals. So it's going to be a lot of fun as well as educational.
So kids, little kids?
Yeah.
Yes, grade school, middle school, yeah.
Is it important that little kids are learning about mental
Oh
health?
yeah.
Because I don't
Even-
think we,
yeah.
growing up, we
No.
never heard about this.
Right.
No, but kids, the average age of onset for anxiety is 12.
No.
Yes, 12 years old, so that's average. So kids are dealing with a lot more stress lately than they ever have. They might not know it as mental illness, but they know that they're stressed and they're anxious, and then how do I cope with that? So we're gonna have some coping skills, we're gonna have some mindfulness, some
Physical.
movement, physical health, and nutrition as well, demonstration.
A lot of people think bullying is somehow related to
Yeah.
someone's mental fitness, right?
Yeah, and it's, you know, with social media these days, bullying is just on a different level. So, you know, we're dealing with all of that now.
Oh, that's not a drill you hear in the background. That's Dana sharpening pencils. We've got to have sharp pencils.
No, of course, you always do.
Do you have? I know you have sought sponsors for this event. Do you have some
Yes,
people you want to
thank you.
mention?
So Emmons is our sponsor, Center for Family Health, American One Credit Union, she just left, and Segway, Bone Island Grill, and then Drug Free Jackson. So this event is actually kind of a partnership between LifeWays, Drug Free Jackson, and also Baker College helped us plan this event. So
All right, and it's free.
it's free.
Yes.
Will there be snacks or?
Yes, we'll also have Junkyard Dog, and like you said, the snow cones, they'll be selling those, but everything else will be free.
And where should people? You mentioned the construction around the American One Event Center. Where should people park and go in?
United
Across the
Way.
street. Yes,
Yep.
at United Way.
We'll have signs up as well. So
Signs
and
and balloons to say where to park.
yeah, the sidewalk is done though, right in front of the building.
I noticed that.
So
Brand new.
just in time.
So you'll be entering a new right off Ganson
Or out of
Street.
Ganson, yes.
Well, I hope you have a nice turnout.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for
you.
putting this on again this
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
And then I think in September we'll be doing the Stomp Out
Yeah,
Suicide.
that's usually
Yes.
the first Friday in September. About save the date, but that's our other huge event. So
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks so much. From LifeWays Community Mental Health, Public Relations Coordinator Rebecca Calkins, and Prevention and Wellness Coordinator Julia Gruskow. That